Going band for band for Benjamin Šeško. What's happening to football? Listen, good player, good prospect, but man are going band for band for Benjamin Šeško. Tug of war settings. Man United are doing this. Newcastle are doing this. Yeah? Tug of war settings. Tug of war settings. United are doing this. Newcastle are doing this. Yeah? Man are doing tug of war for Benjamin Šeško. And because of what has broken, I'm recording this because I'm here to say Man United have won that race for Benjamin Šeško. Now, before I get into the semantics about this deal and the semantics about football, a couple of words for the player. I actually think he's a good player. I think there's scope for growth there, or improvement, of course. But I think he's a good player who, whilst he hasn't been prolific in the European top leagues, so Bundesliga, for example, he's played 2 seasons there. I think he scored 13 goals this recent season just gone, and then 14 league goals the season prior. But at least this recent season just gone, I think he hit over 20 goals in all competitions. So I think it's like 21 in like 46, 47 appearances. He looks like he can strike a ball. He may not be a prolific like scorer. Looks like he misses a lot of chances, but I have seen some finishes from him and they've been emphatic. He scored some really ridiculous goals. Some really, really good goals with both feet as well. Yeah. So it looks like he's one of them strikers where like there's a couple notches that he can go up potentially at 22 years old. There's a couple notches, and then physically, stature, like he's got big stature, big build, and he can do things outside the box from what I've seen of him at Leipzig and from what I've seen for Slovenia. I remember watching him at the Euros and he was getting bullied from time to time, but I felt a bit sorry for him as well because I think for his country it's not really much that he can work with. But I say this to say that Benjamin Šeško would be a good signing for Newcastle if they were signing him for 40 million. I think Benjamin Šeško would be a good signing for Man United if they were signing him for 50 million. But no, Man United have won this race. They've won the tug of war, and they are signing Benjamin Šeško for crazy, crazy money. They are signing Benjamin Šeško for finished product money. Sorry, I'm fiddling with this. Yeah, Man United are paying. Yeah, they are paying finished product money for a prospect. Yes, he's 22 years old, so they're buying him. They're buying him at an older age than they bought Højlund, but he is nevertheless a prospect. He is still a prospect. Now, he could come to the Premier League and he could slap straight away. He could, potentially. But is it beneficial for a club like Man United who are cash strapped? Is it beneficial for them to commit such a large amount of money on a striker? Not only a striker, it's not even a guaranteed bagsman. It is not like they're signing prime Cavani. It is not like they're signing Harry Kane. It is not like they're signing even Lautaro. It is not like they're even signing a Lukaku. It's not like they're signing a prime Falcao. They're not signing a prime Aguero. They're not signing a prime Van Nistelrooy. Do you get what I'm saying? They're not even signing a prime Jamie Vardy. Again, I'm not trying to take the piss. I've just named a variation of world-class or quality strikers. Obviously, Vardy, he's not the world-class one, but he was a quality striker in his pump. A bit limited in comparison to Šeško. But he backed. You get the point I'm making. These guys that I've just named, they're putting up close to 20 league goals, over 20 league goals, season in, season out. Yeah? He's costing more than Haaland. He's costing more than Haaland, and Haaland destroyed that league. He made that league his playground. He's costing more than Haaland. He's costing more than Erling Haaland, bro. Right? And this is what Man United are deciding to spend their money on. I'm sorry, the fees in football now, they are utterly egregious. They are absolutely egregious. Why are you having to pay finished product money for a prospect? I'm sorry. Why? What is wrong with football nowadays? It's just getting ludicrous. And this isn't a rant against Benjamin Šeško. This isn't even a rant against Man United, even though Man United are one of the prime architects for where we are now because of their constant overpaying. I just hate what football has become. I hate the fact that Leipzig are well within their rights to demand 90 million euros for him in this market, because as ludicrous as it sounds, they'll get the money. Teams will pay it because everyone is so scared of missing out. Everyone is so scared of missing out of the next big thing in the striker pool. Everyone knows the striker pool is very small. It's very small, right? You're no longer getting bang for your buck. Do you get what I'm saying? Like, you're having to pay stupid money and you're bringing in a striker that doesn't even guarantee you 1 in 2. Šeško is not a guarantee to get 1 in 2 next year for Man United. He could. He's damn sure going to be an upgrade on Højlund. But how much of an upgrade are we talking about in terms of numbers? I mean, he's damn sure be better than... He has to be better than what Højlund was putting up last season. Højlund was atrocious last season. But let's look back to Højlund's first season. He hit what? I think he hit what? Double figures in the league. He scored a couple of goals in the Champions League. I'm looking at it and I'm like, what's the expectation for Benjamin Šeško now? Because it's like, he's 22 years old. He's a striker that's obviously going to need time to adapt. But can Man United afford? Can they afford to give this guy time to adapt? Like, I hear it. Mbeumo signed, Cunha signed. So in theory, they can take the goal scoring burden of Šeško and Šeško can just adapt, get used to the Premier League. But I'm sorry. In the end of the day, if you cost big money, you are wearing the number 9 shirt or whatever number he gets at Manchester United. There is an expectation on your shoulders. I'm sorry. You can't just come in at Man United and just go under the radar. At that price point and for the club he's playing for the club he's playing for, and for the wages he will probably command. It is mental. It is mental. I just don't understand where football is going. In fact, I do understand where football is going, and it's not sustainable. I'm sorry, and I'm sorry. I say this as a fan. I say this as a fan because, trust me, if I was a Man United fan and I rated Šeško high, again, I think he's a good player. I don't think he's an amazing player. I think he's a good player. I don't think he's good enough to be paying 90 million euros at this stage of his career. I'm sorry. There's no reason why he should be costing that much money apart from the fact that football is just stupid now. That is it. Football is just stupid. There's more money involved in football. Premier League clubs have the most money and they have to pay a premium for these players. And most importantly, because the striker market is so cooked, you have to pay a premium for half the return that you got back in the old days. Yeah? You have to pay a premium. You have to pay a premium. I don't know what's going on here. You're making... I don't know what's going on here. Sorry, bruh. You have to pay a premium, yeah? You have to pay a premium and you're getting half the output. You're getting half the output. Harry Kane cost 100 million euros. Or 100 million euros plus some add-ons. Benjamin Šeško is going to cost 90 million euros. And people say, oh, but he's 22 years old. Tobes, I don't give a damn. Harry Kane is 10 times the striker. He is. And Harry Kane was 10 times the striker he was at 22 years old. Because Harry Kane was clapping goals in the best league in the world against the best sides, clapping 20 plus, badding up teams. And again, this isn't a rant at Šeško. I think Šeško's good, but I don't think he's good enough to be paying 90 million. I don't. And I don't care how ridiculous this market is. That fee is egregious. The same way, and again, this isn't exclusive to Šeško because I've said this a million times. I've said this so many times. My club does it. My club are still doing it. My club overpaid for Solanke last summer. Yeah? My club spent 40-something million on Archie Gray. I like Archie Gray. He looks like he's got tech, but 45 million for an 18-year-old. What the heck is that about? Or 40 million, sorry. What is that about? What is that about? Where are these prices being plucked from? I don't get it. Oh, you have to pay for potential. You have to pay for promise. I'm paying more for potential than what I'm paying for the here and now. And the potential that I'm getting, it's not even a guarantee that it's going to be 90 million euros worth of potential or whatever the fee is. Sorry. It's not even a guarantee. And let's just say Šeško even went on to bang and score 15, 20 league goals for United. That's not justification for the money that they've paid for him. Right now. There's no justification for it. I liken it to Richarlison. I remember Richarlison at Everton. Yeah. He scored, I think he had so he was at Everton for 4 years, and in 3 out of the 4 seasons, or 3 out of the 4 years, he hit double figures in the league. I think he's got 13, then 7, then 10 in his last season. His last season, he was one of the key reasons why they stayed up. But the point I'm making is they overpaid for Richarlison. They paid £50 million for Richarlison at Watford. He was at Watford and Everton paid £50 million. Now, Richarlison delivered for Everton. He did. He scored goals, but there was no justification for that price. The same way Šeško could go to United and he could perform. He could hit 15 league goals, 16, 17, 18. Sorry, there's no justification for the price that Man United are paying. And then when you look at the fact that they're bleeding in the midfield, they're literally bleeding. They are dying for quality in the midfield. They're having to resort to playing a number 10, a pure number 10 in Bruno Fernandes, not an attacking 8, a pure out-and-out number 10, a positionally irresponsible number 10, mind you. They're having to play him in central midfield. They don't play Kobe Mainoo. They've got a Pitbull Terrier or a British Bulldog in Ugarte who just runs around hacking people and has no pass appreciation quality. They are mudded in the midfield. They're absolutely mudded. Casemiro is past it. They're mudded. They're mudded. And yet, you look at the issues they have. And big up to my friend, Disunomics. Big up Disu. He said it to me on the Touchline pod. If you ain't listened, go listen. Because I'm about to wrap up. He said it to me on the recent main Sunday pod. Or the Monday pod, sorry, for Touchline. He said, if that's me, there's no way on earth I'm commissioning Man United to go spend that money. That is an egregious use of funds. He said, go and fix the midfield. Get by with playing Cunha through the middle and you play Bruno Fernandes in the 10 and you beef up your midfield. That's what's most important. The midfield, it is dying for quality. What's the point in having all of this attacking talent if you ain't got the midfield to connect the attack together, if you ain't got the midfield to stabilise your team, if you ain't got the midfield to keep possession, if you ain't got the midfield to stop counter-attacks, to stop opposition attacks in general, if you ain't got the midfield to actually control games of football? Man United, they are terrible in possession. They don't play good football. They're not coordinated. The midfield stinks. And yet they're going out and they're overpaying on a massive scale for Benjamin Šeško. Football, man. Anyway, Man United, well done for beating Newcastle to the punch. Newcastle, stop getting slapped. You're getting slapped silly all summer. Stop getting slapped. Just stop. How many players are you going to get slapped for? Ekitike, Ja Pedro, James Trafford, who else did they get slapped for? Now with Benjamin Šeško, Isak wants out. There's more that I'm missing. There's more that I'm missing, for sure. There's about 2 more. Liam Delap. How many players are they going to get slapped for? Honestly. Cut it out. Cut it out, honestly. Man United, well done. I think if there's one positive I will say, Man United, a whole new front line. It's a different complexion for the team. Irrespective of what I think about Benjamin Šeško's value, make no mistake, Man United have completely upgraded their entire front line. So I would be naive if I felt that Man United are just going to be as bad as they are last season. They're going to have an improvement. How big that improvement is remains to be seen based off what they do with the rest of their team. But at the very least, they're actually going to have an attack that can keep the ball, can carry the ball, can shoot with both feet, are strong, are technical. That's a significant upgrade on what they had last season. But people, let me know your thoughts in the comments, man. Was that too harsh? Was that too harsh on Benjamin Šeško? Was that too harsh on Man United? Was that too harsh on the state of football? Let me know your thoughts in the comments right now.